what's going on, everybody? It's Heaven Cayman, aka Heaven Almighty, aka the car viewer, aka the brown boy that does all the car views in Toronto, aka the greatest YouTuber ever. So what's going on, guys? Today we're talking about a pretty common question. What is it like to drive rear-wheel drive in winter? Or should you drive rear-wheel drive in winter? Or is it a good idea? Is it a bad idea? And I got a lot to say because this is actually my first time driving rear-wheel drive in winter. I drive a 2004 BMW 325i. For those of you that don't know, it's a DE46 sedan. And I freaking love it. I love it to the point where this is just about to happen right now. And I said I would never do this, but it's happening. Anyways, now that we're in more comfortable gear, driving rear-wheel drive in Canada, it's kind of like those things where, do I recommend you doing it? It depends on the person. So first things first, before you drive rear-wheel drive in Canada, you want to make sure that you have proper winter tires, right? So like right now, I have like a really nice setup. So I got the E90 Executive Edition wheels, and from what I understand, these wheels, they only came in 2006, so they're somewhat rare. Came on pretty new winter tires, and the seller was actually a good friend of mine. He sold it to me with some spacers. So right now, the body is fat. The body is really, really fat. And for all you non-Toronto people out there, that means the ass of my vehicle is slightly, very slightly larger than a normal E46 would be. So we got that going on for us right now. So my winter setup definitely looks better than my summer setup. Anyways, so make sure you have winter tires, because I guarantee you, if you don't have winter tires, you, my friends, will end up in a ditch. And you don't want to end up in a ditch, because you can potentially still end up in a ditch with the winter tires on. I would not recommend it for a non-car guy. I think the only benefit of it is the drifting portion and like popping your rear end out. I think like that's literally the best reason, or probably the only reason, that you should be driving rear-wheel drive in the winter. Or if you just simply can't afford another winter beater, or like you just have like a weird emotional attachment to your car. Second thing is you want to make sure your car has, well, stability control or like traction control, because that, my friends, will literally save your ass. I know a lot of you guys in the comments right now are gonna start typing, yo bro, my buddy, right? This guy has no fucking traction control, bro. This guy drifts at every fucking right turn, and he fucking every fucking left turn, bro. Like, yo, that's how he gets to work like every day. Oh, yo, that's not realistic. As cool as it sounds from the top, when you're trying to get from point A to point B, that just gets super, super annoying. Okay, so now we're gonna talk about like the fun part. So this is a main fun part about having a rear-wheel drive in the winter. So for most cars, some people call it a fun button. Some people, they just call it turning off the traction control. I have this button over here that if I hold down for a few seconds, it actually does something phenomenal, and that disengages the stability control. I think it actually stands for Do Sexy Skids. But it's dope, man. Like, yo, you can turn that off. You can literally go into an empty parking lot, which like literally every guy in Toronto, any guy in Canada, any car guy that lives in a city, town, or whatever it is that has snowfall, they know all the closest industrial factory parking lots where they can go into and like drift. It's like a ritual thing. It's pretty dope. It doesn't matter if it's front wheel drive, all wheel drive, rear wheel drive, they're there. And it's just so fun. It's one of the best things about living in Canada and being a car guy in Canada. In conclusion, do I recommend you guys driving a rear wheel drive car in the snow? It's conditional. Like I said at the beginning, if you're a car guy and that's what you want to do, you want to slide all over the place, do it. But if you can get a daily that's all-wheel drive or front-wheel drive, I kind of would recommend it, especially if you go to work or if you have other responsibilities and you're one of those people that aren't really patient. Like if you're gonna be leaving to work or like trying to go out on a date, or like you're not trying to piss off your girlfriend all the time, you're gonna have to leave a little bit early. And if you're not willing to do that, get a front-wheel drive car. Even better, get an all-wheel drive car. Your boss won't hate you, your girlfriend's not gonna break up with you. But if you are someone who's gonna leave earlier, and if you are willing to get a little sideways even when you're in a bad mood, and even when you're trying to get to work, or even when you're trying to do something else, then go for it, man. Rear-wheel drive is awesome. Like, rear-wheel drive is best wheel drive. That's my take on driving a rear-wheel drive car in the winter. Just once again, make sure you have a car with stability control, because trust me guys, it will save you. Because sometimes you're gonna think you're Ken Block, and I guarantee you, my friends, you are not Ken Block yet. And I can tell you that from personal experience, because I broke way too many control arms in this last winter season thinking that I was Ken Block. And don't drift unless you have an open parking space and you know there's not any families or herbs or like anything that you could potentially hit. It's not a joke, guys. Winter tires, traction control, you're set. Just take your time on it. If you guys are willing to do that, you have the most awesomest winter ahead of you guys. Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button down below and send this video to the guy that's thinking about getting a rear-wheel drive car for the winter. And also guys, let me know in the comment section down below what you guys are driving this winter season and how are you liking it. And also guys, before you guys leave, make sure you hit the subscribe button and the bell notification button next to it, because I don't just make videos like this. I also make car reviews of all the dope ass builds in Toronto, Canada. So if you guys want to follow up on that, make sure you click that. And yo guys, like I always say, be good kids and take it easy.